Council agenda, Township Parsippany-Troy Hills, Township Council agenda meeting of September 9th, 2025. Introduction, posting a notice. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided in accordance with the requirements of the Open Public Meetings Law by filing notice in the office of the Township Clerk and by posting the meeting notice on the bulletin board at the Municipal Building on December 2nd, 2024, which remained posted since that date. A legal notice appeared in the Daily Record and the New York Star Ledger on December 6th, 2024. Can I please ask everybody to stand for the flag salute?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Mr. Hernandez is excused. Mr. McGrath. Here. Mr. Musella. Here. Mr. Neglia. Here. Mr. Karifi. Here. Also in attendance from Mayor James Barbario, Business Administrator Jamie Klein, Township Attorney Michael Lavery, Municipal Clerk Colette Madden. Council President, we have a quorum. Can we begin?
Yes, please.
Thank you. Upcoming meetings, we have September 23rd, 2025 at 7 p.m. is the regular meeting. October 7th, 2025 at 7 p.m. is the agenda meeting. At this time, I'd like to take a minute for the council to quickly review the ordinances under second reading, which will be adopted at the next council meeting. Okay, seeing there are no questions at this time, we're going to go ahead and move along to the public session. So with that being said, I'd like to entertain a motion to open up the public session.
Motion. Second.
Motion made by Mr. Neglia, seconded by Mr. Musella. Roll call. Mr. McGrath?
Yes.
Mr. Musella?
Yes.
Mr. Neglia?
Yes.
Mr. Karifi?
Yes.
Okay, the floor is open to the public now. You have 5 minutes to speak. You can speak on any topic. Thank you.
And my eyes dilated today, so
That's no fun.
My name is Bernie Clark, and I'm in Parsippany. I'm here tonight to talk about the ordinance 2025-18, which is really the park development plan. So, I'm going to ask the council to consider voting no on this whenever it does come up for election, and there'll be multiple times it will come up for a vote, not election, for a vote. Basically, this is going to lead to a pilot for more apartments at the park development with fair share thrown in. I get that, but it's the pilot that I object to, not the building of the apartments. The school district will suffer a huge tax loss, and many school children will attend school that live there. The lack of transparency on this particular ordinance is upsetting to me because nobody ever calls it the park development. It goes by a lot and block number, but that's not the biggest issue. The rest of the story is more disturbing. The Parsippany Focus ran an article on June 9th where it said it discovered that this developer had hired John Inglesino as their attorney in the past year because they figured out that this is how they could get a pilot. And it's well established that the key to getting a pilot in Parsippany is to hire the Inglesino firm. This pilot is not in place yet, but the redevelopment plan that you're going to be voting on is a step towards that. Let's face it, the developer already has permission to build apartments there, so what else is going on that they need? Furthermore, this apartment development is already in the Parsippany Housing Element and Fair Share Plan that can be found online, which I did. The state's cutoff for making changes to this plan was August 31st. That means the developer has opted into this plan and has given up its right to sue for builder's remedy, which the mayor often threatens will lead to the builder deciding to build a slum or worse on the property. Of course, they wouldn't want to do that anyway because it would mess up the rest of their development if it was a shoddy place. The final issue that's really disturbing to me concerns political contributions that they have made to the mayor's reelection campaign. In October 2024, the owner of Park, Tempa Development, Inc., made a maximal allowed contribution of $5,200 to the mayor. A day later, an executive who is tied into the Park development project also made a maximum contribution of $5,200 to the mayor. That's $10,400 in 2 days in October of 2024. Think about that. Is it a coincidence? I don't think so. Meanwhile, the Inglesino law firm that we just talked about has contributed about $20,000 to the mayor's campaign through June 30th. All this is not illegal, but it should be concerning to the people of Parsippany. I hope that the council takes this into consideration as they vote on various park-related ordinances. Thank you.
Bob Venezia, Parsippany. All signs indicate that Parsippany taxpayers can expect a new wave of payment in lieu of taxes or pilot agreements in the near future. We have an administration that regards them very favorably, and there's been a flurry of recent ordinances designating several properties as areas in need of redevelopment, which is a prerequisite for getting a pilot. And lastly, given the fact that pilots have been completely dormant in Parsippany for the last year and a half, why else would the administration, out of the clear blue sky, schedule an educational seminar for the public on the topic of pilots? In my opinion, the administration intends to bring back pilots, probably lots of them, to make up for the ones that were intentionally held back during the primary. Since pilots involve a long-term commitment of 30 years and require the township to voluntarily give up tens of millions of dollars in conventional taxes, any decisions about pilots must be based on comprehensive, accurate information. At the June 17th council meeting, Councilman Neglia presented information that has since been proven to be highly inaccurate. In response to a parent who expressed concern about Parsippany schools being unable to handle the influx of students from pilot projects, Councilman Neglia issued the following statement at about minute 105 and 49 seconds. Quote, "Not one child from any pilot has come to Parsippany, and any pilot that this administration approved that will bring school-age children here will not be ready for 5 to 7 years. So anything said to the contrary is false." End quote. Recent information from the Board of Education confirms that there are already 4 students enrolled in our schools for this September from 15, 15, and 10, 5 to 7 years ahead of the councilman's projected schedule. If the town council approved previous residential pilots based on information such as this, Parsippany is in deep trouble. Thank you.
Tony Fasano, 41 Robin Hood Road, Morris Plains. I handed this out to I wish Nick Comack were here because his dream is to have clear streams. So this, I went through some of Nicholas Tesla's stuff, and some of the people around the world that are having the same issues in their rivers and bays. So this is a pump I also made in North Carolina. I had a larger version, now I sell a kit. This pump runs without electricity, without any oil hydraulics. It's called a ram pump. Now, if you look at the next pages, it shows a 55-gallon drum And don't get upset about the UN label on it because it's food-based. So most of our food-based companies are trying to get rid of the drum at $10 a piece. So my estimated thing is trying to keep the unit between $200 to $300 that could go attached to every stormwater drain that's entering the rivers. So what you would do is think of a pool strainer on a large basis. The drum is the outer casing. We'll cut it and then stick a sleeve inside of it so it can turn around. The sanitation people can just take it real quick and pick it up and then dispose of all the bottles or whatever other trash is going into it. Now, if you're going to see the holes in the top, I've got the prototype in the car. The drums are on the bottom. The holes on the bottom are there for extra drainage to create the Victoria effect. So it turns around like if you open up and you take your sink and you see it spinning water, well, that'll create the same issue. And if we attach the pump to it, that might increase it. The only thing is I have to figure out the pressure that comes out of the pump so we can put it into a sprinkler head to aerate the water. So you're getting two things, clean water and aerated. So beginnings is in the car, if anybody wants to look at it. And like I said, as compared to some expensive nets and who's going to pull nets from across the river back in, this will be stationed right at the spot. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, seeing no one else, I'd like to entertain a motion to close the public session.
Make a motion?
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Musella, seconded by Mr. Neglia. Roll call, Mr. McGrath.
Yes.
Mr. Musella?
Yes.
Mr. Neglia?
Yes.
Mr. Karifi?
Yes.
Okay, floor is closed. I'd like the council to please take a quick moment to review all items on the consent agenda.
Actually, I'd like to make a comment. In reference to Mr. Venezia's comments about me lying about no school-age children, we did not approve 1515. That was approved by the Soriano administration. So I would recommend if you're going to get your facts straight, get them straight, because we did not approve that. That was approved by the Soriano administration. The one pilot we approved that will bring school-age children to this community is the Avalon project. That's the one we approved, and if I'm not mistaken, that hasn't even broken ground yet, hasn't it?
It was approved by the former administration, but the pilot was approved by not the administration, by the council.
Thank you. So my statement was true. 1515 was not approved by this administration. You're correct in the 4 to 6 school-age children, but it wasn't by us. It was by the prior administration. So I just want to point that out to you and make sure that everyone is clear on that. The Avalon is different. We did approve that pilot, and I don't believe they've even broken ground yet or submitted plans. Thank you.
All right, so, again, I'd like to take a quick minute for the council to review all items on the consent agenda and the approval of minutes. Seeing that there is no questions by council, we're going to go ahead and move along to the next item, which is presentations and reports. Mayor?
Thank you, Township Clerk. I'm going to address Mr. Clarkin because that was such a great political speech he just gave. And I think we're going to have a cure eventually for John Inglesino envy. I'm sure we will eventually, Mr. Clarkin. But I do want to say one thing before I read my report, because Councilman Neglia brings up a very good point. There was no contention during the 1515 Route 10. You didn't attend any meetings with a pilot. It was a pilot program. You didn't say a word then. But I get it. I'm Republican. You're a Democrat. And that's how this all works with regards to all this, the nonsense that's going to happen. And that's why they call it the silly season, which started, after Labor Day. And, they're going to use the same mantra about pilots and we're going to lose tens of millions of dollars. Yeah, you got it, because they're not going to come here. We're going to not have companies come here. People are going to pull out of Parsippany. And why are pilot programs right now, not just this town, and other towns, popular? Because what happened during COVID? What happened to their interest rates? They skyrocketed to 10%. Not just for residential, not just for commercial, but they skyrocketed. So the bottom line is that's why pilots, it's an incentive. And the township gets the revenue. Let's get to the school board. Okay, I know you keep talking about the school. They don't get affected whatsoever. They give us a bill for $160 million, and we got to pay it. Pilot or no pilot. I mean, I've been reading on the internet, our opponents, some of the stuff they're saying. They probably don't even know what a pilot is. They probably don't even know how it works. They have no clue whatsoever. Just like Mr. Clarkin doesn't understand it, in my opinion. And here's the bottom line with all this and everything that's going on. Every obligation that we have when it comes to affordable housing was passed by what party? The Democrat Party. They rammed this down our throats, the affordable housing obligations. The Mount Laurel Doctrine's been rammed down our throats. But what do? In this town, we have to comply. We have no choice. We got to comply to the affordable housing regulations. And then you got to hear about, well, we have this, we have that. But here, let me say this about the Democrats in Trenton passing all these laws. We're trying to preserve land, and yet they're passing laws that we can just pave it and pave it over. That's what's been happening over the past how many years? But no, you don't see the Democrats going down there and saying, hey, listen, you got to stop these draconian laws and rules because the infrastructures of our township can't handle it, but we're forced to build it. So, as you know, we got 553 units. We got it down to 490 something and hopefully down to 370. Okay, so, but those laws, those draconian laws, were all forced down our throats by the Democrats in Trenton. Signed by Murphy. Initiated by a senator, a Democrat senator. And if you don't do it, or we're prejudiced, we're not prejudiced. Like I said many times, I'm an affordable housing administrator. I know how it works. But you're going to hear a lot of nonsense over the next few weeks with regards to pilots and regards to... And I have not received an application on a pilot. And they might. Other developers might ask for a pilot. But it's going to be up to the council to decide that, if they get it or not. So, that being said, I think the township's been doing pretty damn well over the last 4 years. And I can say that because we have positive ratables coming in. We have commercial properties coming in. We have to pass the Affordable Housing, the Fair Share Housing Act. We got to send it down, which we did on June 30th. And our fair share, they're going to challenge it, the Fair Share Housing. They always do. They go after towns like suburban New Jersey. Parsippany is prime for them. Why? Because we have vacant office buildings. So if you don't want to incentivize companies to come here by giving them a pilot, guess what will go there? Housing. High-density housing will go there. So we'll just ignore it and say, hey, listen, too bad, don't come, because we can't help you out. So, that being said, I'm glad I'm in this seat. I'm glad that we can move the town forward, not with this political, democratic nonsense. And that's exactly what it is. And I'll tell you, Mr. Clarkin, you were nowhere to be found during 15-15 round 10.
Am I allowed to speak?
No, you're not, because you had your time. You have another meeting where you can. So that being said, now I'm going to go to my report. I'm responding to you. That's all I did. You can smile all you want. Well, maybe our opponents should come here and do that, not you. So maybe you can school them. Anyway, that being said, gentlemen, and September has arrived, and with it comes a season of transition and renewal. Summer is behind us, but the memories of sunny days, community gathering, and family time will carry us forward. There is always something special about this time of year. The morning feels a little cooler, children return to the classrooms, and our neighborhoods come alive with routines and traditions of fall. It is a chance to reset and look ahead with optimism. Well, we wrapped down our summer concerts this year, and I have to tell you, we had a band here called Super Trans Am. That was phenomenal. They packed the house, volunteers. It was probably one of the better concerts that I think we've had in years here in Parsippany, and I got to give them a shout out because they had everybody enjoying life that day, not thinking about politics. It's the final week of the farmers market, so if anybody's interested, go out and enjoy it. And on Thursday, September 11th, we'll be doing a remembrance ceremony at 8:40 a.m., 9/11. Also, I gotta tell you, on Sunday, I've done many ribbon cuttings, many. But the one we did on Sunday was actually really a special ribbon cutting. Robert Corby of School of Rock, was excited to come to Parsippany, and he called my office and he requested that, I play a song with him, him knowing that I was a guitar player. And I said to him, I haven't played with a band in years. We rehearsed 3 sessions, and I got to tell you something. Those kids and myself, I'm not going to pat myself on the back. It was the fun, great time. We played AC/DC, Back in Black, and it was great. I have to tell you, it was phenomenal, literally phenomenal. And I can't say enough about the kids. One is a freshman at Parsippany Hills High School. His name is Alessandro. And I told him that's where I started, at Parsippany Hills. And I told him the story about how I learned, why I wanted to play guitar, and he was pretty impressed. I was impressed with him, because at his age, he's much better than I was. So, and that, that was just, you were there, Frank,
It was exceptional.
It was like an exceptional
Your
time.
solo was good, everything was good.
I'm gonna end it with this, though, because,
Did Frank sing?
No, I didn't sing.
no, I didn't sing, you didn't want that to
They
happen.
didn't want to hear opera.
My opponents, they want to audit our books. And that's what's been said in their literature, whatever that, feel free to audit them. I want you to audit them. But in all return, I want to audit the Lake Parsippany books as well, the association. I want them to be audited. And that being said, I'm not going to sit here and listen to nonsense, as you can see tonight, because it's really nonsense when you take a look. Now, not you, Mr. Venezia, because you're pretty stable in the sense, I don't mean you're not stable, you're pretty consistent with what you always ask. But in the other aisle, it's always political in the end where things come up with regards to that. But that being said, the township, as you know, is doing very well. Financially, we got everything back on. Like I said, when I came in and I left in 17, 22 million in surplus. When I came back, 8.5 million in the hole. And now we have $12 million, approximately $12 million in surplus. Doesn't happen by accident, so I want to thank the residents of Parsippany. I also want to take the opportunity to thank the council too, because, a lot of that happens with their votes as well. So, that being said, thank you, and thank you, Council President.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Township Council? Okay, seeing no one. Township Attorney?
Yes, just a quick report on Glenmont Commons. As you know, we're in the process of trying to settle that. We're down to a couple of engineering details with that, so their engineers are working with Joe Beckmeyer from the sewer department, because, as part of that, they want to be able to run some sewer through the Castor Line development through our sewer. So, I think we're down to the last couple of things, so hopefully at the next meeting, we'll have some good news.
Great. Thank you.
Business Administrator Cryan?
Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you, Council President and Council and Mayor. Just real quickly, wanted to remind everybody that back to school, please drive safely and drive carefully. Give yourself extra time and be mindful of kids in crosswalks and parents who are late and all of that. Just try to be as careful as possible. We have wanted to also thank the sanitation department. The Morris County Municipal Utility Authority presented our sanitation department with a Star Recycler Award. It's an honor, it recognizes the township's efforts in recycling tonnage reporting and our commitment to encouraging residents, businesses, and institutions to do their part in reducing waste, reusing materials whenever possible, and recycling correctly. So that's a nice little feather in our cap, and we appreciate it. We get yelled at a lot for, a piece of plastic that may be on the road or not picked up properly or tipped over by the wind or anything like that. The men and women in public works, particularly sanitation, do their absolute best, and they do a great job for us. And just a reminder that Sunday, September 21st is the Fall Festival at Smithfield. Please, mark your calendars for that. That's all we have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything for Township Committees? Okay, seeing none, I'm just going to ask the council to quickly review ordinances in their first reading to be adopted at the next meeting. Seeing that there are no questions, we're going to go ahead and move along to the non-consent agenda. R 2025-155, authorizing a contract for the partial replacement of the roof at the Parsippany Town Hall. Motion to approve the resolution above.
Motion. Second.
Motion made by Mr. Neglia, seconded by Mr. Musella. Roll call, Mr. McGrath.
Yes.
Mr. Musella.
Yes.
Mr. Neglia.
Yes.
Mr. Karifi.
Yes.
Motion passes. R 2025-156, authorizing the application for an extension of time to award a contract under the New Jersey Department of Transportation, MA 2024 Vale Improvement Project. Motion to approve the resolution above.
Motion.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Neglia, seconded by Mr. Musella. Roll call, Mr. McGrath.
Yes.
Mr. Musella.
Yes.
Mr. Neglia.
Yes.
Mr. Karifi.
Yes.
Motion passes. And now moving along to approval of payroll and bills list. CFO Angelica Sabatini recommends authorization for payment. Number one, authorizes payment of the September 12th, 2025 regular miscellaneous payroll estimated at $1,650,000. And number two, payment of bills from voucher list of 9/9/2025, which is $4,864,425.17. May I please have a motion to approve the... Thank you. Second?
Second.
Yes.
Motion made by Mr. Neglia, seconded by Mr. Karifi. Roll call. Mr. Neglia?
Yes.
Mr. McGrath?
Yes.
Mr. Musella?
Yes.
Mr. Karifi?
Yes.
Motion to adjourn the meeting.
Motion.
Wow.
Second.
Well, you know it's serious when the president puts the motion in, huh?
Look, pick up the slack here a little bit.
Yeah, they're slacking, aren't you? Slacking over here. All right, motion made by Mr. Karifi, seconded by Mr. Musella. Roll call. Mr. McGrath?
Yes.
Mr. Musella?
Yes.
Mr. Karifi? Mr. Neglia?
Yes.
Okay, we're adjourned. Have a great night, everybody.
You too. Thank you.